Hello, welcome to Digital Farm TV Rural News. I'm Andy Walker. The Grains Research and Development Corporation has unveiled its new investment priorities for 2013-14 and is calling for applications from researchers by the end of this month. GRDC Managing Director John Harvey says the 2013-14 plan will reinforce Australian government and grain growers' priorities to help the industry remain competitive in global grain markets. Mr Harvey said 6 themes guided the GRDC investment plan: meeting market requirements, improving crop yields, protecting your crop, advancing profitable farming systems, improving your farm resource bases, building skills and capacity. The chance of El Nino developing in 2012 has reduced during the past fortnight, according to the Bureau of Meteorology. The tropical Pacific continued its retreat from El Nino thresholds for the second consecutive fortnight. That is, ocean temperatures cooled, remaining within the neutral range, neither El Nino nor La Nina. Climate models surveyed by the Bureau of Meteorology have increased their chances of sea surface temperatures in the tropical Pacific Ocean remaining at neutral levels, though still warmer than average for the remainder of 2012. The Indian Ocean Dipole, IOD, is likely to return to neutral values during the latter half of the southern spring, according to outlooks from the Bureau's climate model. Australia's leading sheep producers are queuing up to adopt new DNA technology, with the latest sheep genomics pilot project fully subscribed. The DNA testing program, being conducted by the Cooperative Research Centre for Sheep Industry Innovation, was booked out within days of opening in August. The Genomics Pilot Project offers 3 DNA testing programs: a test for parentage at $17, a test for merino pole horn for $17, and the 50K test for prediction of genomic breeding values for sires at a cost of $5. The 1,500 genotyping tests available as part of Pilot Project 3 had been fully subscribed, and a further 1,500 tests allocated for commercial scale trials had also been oversubscribed, according to Chief Executive James. 3 options to restructure for Cattle Council of Australia, including one that proposes to overhaul the entire red meat industry, will be thrashed out at a key meeting in Brisbane this week. Beef Central website has reported that 3 models had been developed by an industry writing group, based on industry feedback gained from the recent 4-month-long consultation process conducted by the council. The first model was based on a board made up of directly elected members representing southern, northern and western regions. The second involved a board containing a mix of state farmer organisation appointed and directly elected members from each region. The third envisaged a board of directly elected members and an overhaul of the entire industry and a replacement structure that would bring all policy bodies, including Meat and Livestock Australia and Cattle Council of Australia, into a single entity. Eligible New South Wales dairy farmers are being encouraged to have their say on the future of their industry representation in a ballot described as a game changer. They've been asked to vote in a ballot that seeks to alter the trustee of the Graham Park Dairy Trust from the New South Wales Farmers Association to Dairy Connect New South Wales. Dairy Connect New South Wales was established earlier this year to be the single unified voice for the New South Wales dairy sector. The not-for-profit entity has developed a robust business case and had proven it was already making a significant difference. The response has been overwhelmingly supportive for our objectives right across the industry, according to Dairy Connect New South Wales Chair and dairy producer Adrian Drury. Biosecurity breaches have led to a suspended jail sentence and fines for a company and one of its directors following prosecutions by the Federal Department of Agriculture. Director of CA National Services Proprietary Limited, Yu Young Jack Kim, pleaded guilty to having dealt with illegally imported meat and dairy products from Korea at a time when the country was experiencing outbreaks of foot and mouth disease. The director was convicted and sentenced to 12 months imprisonment in the Brisbane District Court. The sentence was wholly suspended after the defendant entered into a 3-year good behaviour bond. The company also pleaded guilty and was convicted and fined $15,000. Finally this week, the Australian Food and Grocery Council's annual State of the Industry report has shown a decrease in the food manufacturing industry's output. The fourth AFGC KPMG report showed that overall output was down 4.5% for 2010 to 11, as well as a decrease in employment of 2.2% for the sector in the financial year 2011-12. Factors putting pressure on food manufacturing, such as the squeeze on margins by the supermarket duopoly of Coles and Woolworths, the high dollar and high input costs were in the news recently, with the CEO of SPC Ardmona, Terry Davis, speaking of the need for changes to payroll tax and taxation depreciation allowances. The Food and Grocery Council CEO, Gary Dawson, said the report highlighted a difficult environment. According to the research, based on ABS data, there were 335 fewer businesses in the industry in 2011-12 compared to the previous year. Well, that's it for Digital Farm TV Rural News this week. I'm Andy Walker. Look forward to your company again next week.